Good morning, everyone. Well, not anymore. It's afternoon. It is October 10th, 2018. Here I am at beforeitsnews.com. Shocking news, NASA and the media admit planet Nibiru is coming toward Earth. This came out yesterday. And, by the way, it's written by someone with the name Michael Moore, not to be confused with the pig sweat hog Michael Moore. As you can see, I don't really give two shits about the fat thing. Alright, I digress. I'm sorry about that. So, people have been talking about this planet for a considerable length of time. At least, I don't know, 7 years. As far as I can remember. Probably more. And these people have made predictions that have come and gone. And I understand why these predictions were incorrect. And I'm going to get into that before I get into this article. Consider for a moment that perhaps all these predictions have been incorrect because we don't know what year it is. I know it's hard to believe, but that seems like the most logical explanation because the planet is there. Alright? And frankly, there's many other planets besides Nibiru and moons. Think of 40-something. Alright? So NASA and the media admit planet Nibiru is coming toward Earth. An American scientist has confirmed that a mysterious new planet, and it's not new, it's been around longer than Earth, known as Planet 9, also called Planet X or Nibiru, could harm Earth in the coming months due to its alarming approach towards our planet. A lot of people will try to tell you that this planet is going to collide with Earth. This is not going to happen. And I'll tell you why. If you either read or listen to the audio version of The Lost Book of Inky, it tells you that when Planet X smashed into this planet called Tiamat, it sheared off a large chunk of it. That made the asteroid belt, and it made Earth, pushing Earth into its current orbit. Okay? Now, if it was pushed into the orbit, it would make sense that this planet won't hit us anymore. People say that if Nibiru was real, why hasn't it been in the news? Well, it has been. Here I present news stories, articles, and presentations talking about Nibiru, Nemesis, Planet X, and NASA's new name for the mysterious planet, Planet 9. NASA knows, the media knows, and your government knows. Isn't it time you got the whole story? And he doesn't give you the whole story. There's a lot more to this planet than its orbit. Like, how the fuck does it maintain its heat and life if it's way out in the solar system without the sun? And I'll tell you how that works as well. When this planet is by our sun, our sun is its sun, it charges the core of their planet. Okay? And it takes around 3,600 years around for it to begin its descent into coolness. And that's about when it comes back around and gets recharged for its voyage way out into space. There is a thick atmosphere on this planet that holds the heat in. That was the motivating factor for the Anunnaki to come to Earth for the resources here, such as, and people like to focus on the gold, okay? There was more than that. It was about more than just gold. Maybe at first, it was all about the gold because they needed it for keeping their heat in their atmosphere. Okay, so it's real. It is real. Okay, no question about it. So, what is Planet X, also known as Planet 7X or Nibiru, or what does it mean for us on Earth? Is there a biblical connection, and does it play a role in the end times? All of those answers are, what does it mean for Earth? What it means for Earth is the gravitational pull from Nibiru is going to cause a fast pole shift. North Pole will roughly be South Pole, and South Pole will roughly be North Pole. Somewhere in that area. It's not known for sure exactly how close to the current poles they're going to shift, but it will be relatively close. Is there a biblical connection? Yes. The Bible is all about the Anunnaki, their offspring on the planet. Those are the Nephilim, and the Anunnaki are the Elohim. All right? So there's a biblical connection here. That's why the cross, even before Jesus was born, that's why the cross was a sacred symbol, because when this planet gets close by, you see a giant cross in the sky. And the role it plays in the end times is when the pole shift occurs, lots of things happen here on the planet. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, floods, just terrible things, alright? And if you read the book of Revelation, it's all there. All of it. So it plays a major role in end times. And again, people believe now, or I haven't even said this yet, but people think that it is due to be here this month. This month. I doubt it. I do. Because of the statement I made earlier. We do not know what year it is. Okay. There is evidence for an ongoing resurgence of the Planet X. They like to call it a conspiracy theory. There's evidence of an ongoing resurgence of the Planet X cataclysm conspiracy theory following the publication of new scientific studies in 2014 claiming evidence of a mysterious unnamed planet lurking beyond Pluto. The scientists' claims were based on observations of gravitational influence on a group of space bodies termed extreme trans-Neptunian objects, or ETNOs, orbiting our sun beyond the planet Neptune. Again, there's more than one planet. Actually, Nibiru brings with it a miniature solar system. So there is potential for other planets to collide. And note that the scientific claims were based on a slew of messages and YouTube videos currently being circulated in the I hate these motherfuckers for using this word. In the conspiracy theory blogsphere or blogosphere, claims that a NASA study published in 1988 revealed details about the mysterious planet X with an estimated orbital period of more than 1,000 years. It's more than 3,000 years. If it's not 3,000 years or more, it's not Nibiru. The study, according to conspiracy theorists, demonstrates that NASA and the U.S. government have been aware for decades that the rogue planet X is coming with catastrophic consequences for humanity. And they will be catastrophic for humanity. You wonder what killed or created all the other mass extinctions on our planet? This is it, right here. The asteroid or comet that killed the dinosaurs. Well, those asteroids or comets are in the tail following this planet. We're going to get hit with a bunch of asteroids. Okay, according to conspiracy theorists, recently leaked secret NASA Planet X files reveal that the agency is aware that the gravitational influence of Planet X has disrupted the orbits of other planets during a previous passage into the inner solar system hundreds of years ago, and that the next disruptive passage in the inner solar system is imminent. Adding to Russia's fears about this mysterious planet was the secret NASA information about it supplied to Federation authorities by NASA computer expert Lloyd Albright in 1999 and U.S. astronaut and Navy Captain Lisa Nowak in 2007. That was so fearful, Albright hid himself in a cave, and Nowak told her Russian interviewers they won't tell anyone the truth, and I never believed the Bible, but now I have to. Okay? The approach of this mysterious planet X is currently sending waves of charged plasmatic energy particles through our solar system. The flow of energy will finally disrupt the core flows of the Earth and trigger catastrophic changes in Earth's climate. See current events. The volcanoes erupting, the hurricanes. A lot of people want to blame the government for creating these hurricanes, and while they may be able to do so, it's not them doing it. They may be trying to steer these things, but it's this. We have been feeling the disruptive effects of the inbound rogue planet X since 1996 in the form of increased seismic and volcanic activities, freak weather patterns, and natural disasters. As I just said, NASA, the Pentagon, and the CIA are aware of the approaching rogue planet. The Vatican has also been briefed, but the public is being kept in the dark about the impending apocalypse. But despite efforts to keep the information secret, there have been leaks. And I don't like the government. Everybody knows this. This is not a secret. I despise the government. But there's not really any preparing for something like this. And that's the thing. I mean, they tell you all the time to prepare for disasters, right? Well, this is a disaster that's you really can't prepare for it because we really don't know what's going to happen to people or the planet itself. We don't know if there's going to be fires spread across the entire surface of this planet. We don't know how do you prepare for something if you don't know what's going to happen. You can prepare for hurricanes, pandemics, earthquakes, almost anything, except for something like this. I mean, you can do the best you can, right? But and that's just the thing, right there. There's a lot of people out there don't have the capacity to prepare. Most people don't. So them announcing this fucking planet's coming in and it's going to cause some major problems, and when I say major problems, I mean major problems for everyone, for every living thing on this planet. But don't worry, because if you know your soul is forever, okay? This suit that you're in, it means nothing. That's why when family dies close to me, I don't get all emotional about it. I mourn because I'm going to miss them. But as far as they go, I know their souls are still around. And I know this sounds cold, but if one of my children were to die, I would take that same stance. Okay? That's how much I believe in our souls. So the comprehensive report submitted to the White House estimates that about 2/3 of humanity will be wiped out when Planet X induces a pole shift. So, 2/3 of survivors will perish over another 6 months due to starvation and exposure to the elements. This is one of the reasons we're getting droughts, major droughts. Places that shouldn't have snow right now has snow right now, and it's very cold. I mean, it's causing a lot of problems already. Although some conspiracy theorists insist that Planet X is mentioned in the NASA files, is not linked to or linked with Zecharia Sitchin's planet Nibiru, the alleged planet of the alien Anunnaki that makes a close approach to Earth as it passes through the inner solar system on its orbital path once every 3,600 years. Many conspiracy theorists insist that NASA's planet is planet Nibiru, and I don't know if it is. Okay? There are criteria that has to be matched in order for it to be Nibiru. Chief among them are living beings. Okay? Lots of people have put out videos about planet Nibiru, but most of them are incorrect. None of them have got the dates right, and I think it really makes people wonder if it's real or not because of that. I really don't like putting dates on things because there's so many variables to be considered, and each and every one of them have to be accounted for before you can put any kind of timeline on anything. even financial collapse, right? Alright, where am I here? I had to seek back because I was interrupted. Okay. So this video is by Skywatch News. They do put out good videos about Nibiru. And some of the material mentioned in this video is what I talked about above it. Alright, so it is uncertain whether the Planet X mentioned in the purported NASA files is the same as the Planet X that scientific researchers announced in 2014 that they have evidence is lurking in the fringes of our solar system beyond Pluto. Planet X is supposed to be wormwood that's mentioned in the Bible, by the way. According to research study titled Extreme Trans-Neptunian Objects and the Kozai Mechanism, Signaling the Presence of Trans-Plutonian Planets, published in June of 2016 in the journal Monthly, notices of the Royal Astronomical Society letters. There are at least 2 planets, a part of our solar system, larger than Earth, lurking out beyond Pluto, and whose presence can be detected through their gravitational influence. According to the emerging conspiracy theories, NASA embarked on a New Horizon project 2 years after the 1988 publication revealed the existence of Planet X. So, in 1990, I guess they sent the New Horizon probe out there to find out what's up with Planet X. The final destination of the New Horizon is Planet X, but to prevent mass panic, NASA pretended that the destination of the space probe is Pluto and the Kuiper Belt. And of course, back then, I don't think it would have caused mass panic. People would have rolled their eyes and been like, so, that's space. What do I care? In the 1990s, the agency pretended it had abandoned the search for Planet X by leaking false information that the latest measurements by Voyager 2 proved that Planet X does not exist. According to NASA at the time, measurements taken by Voyager 2 showed that the alleged the irregular orbits, of Uranus and Neptune, which led to the Planet X hypothesis, were due to overestimation of the mass of Neptune. Well, let me stop right there for a moment. Allow me to point out that ancient societies knew the mass of these planets. So how can people with the technology we have overestimate it? According to conspiracy theorists, the claim by NASA scientists was a deliberate ruse to cover up the actual destination of New Horizon beyond Pluto and the Kuiper Belt, Planet X. ADF scientists in their report though note that the orbit mechanics of this mysterious planet are less to be considered than the electromagnetically caused chaos it will represent in our solar system on Earth. They say could be manifested in violent and increasing earthquakes, massive volcanic explosions, and weather disasters caused by changes, increase slash decrease of sunspots to our sun, not to mention the hundreds, if not thousands, of asteroids that could impact Earth. And there's no technology current, or we have currently, that that would prevent asteroids from impacting. Nuclear weapons won't work. And if the asteroid's big enough, it will just break off chunks of it. So, this guy gets into the Bible. I'm not real big on the Bible because it is really, literally, the watered-down version of the Sumerian texts about this. Savior, all of it. So, if you want to know the detailed version of it, and it's a bit less poetic too, pretty straightforward actually. Those would be the publications to read. So, according to 4 major biblical prophets, something truly terrifying is coming our way, and it will hit homeland before the end of 2019. Planet Nibiru is coming toward Earth. Nibiru will be a life-ending event. Not for everybody. If that were the case, then we wouldn't be here. So, do what you can and to prepare. But the bottom line is if you live through it, you're going to have to do some fucked up shit to stay alive. I hope you're ready for that. Kill the state. Live free.